Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Life with Derek. Today's gonna be a quick talk and twist. Let me just talk about the products I use real quick. I just had some water with some conditioner. Some of this oil moisturizer detangler is my little sister's, but it works really good on my hair. What else do I have? Oh, the Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner from Shea Moisture and some green grease. So I just use all of those in my hair. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So I really just started by like moisturizing my hair with the conditioner water and then detangling it. I put some of the moisturizing detangler on there too. And I'll just comb out each section. Before I did this, I had washed my hair and I let it air dry in some like big chunky twists. So that's why my hair looked like that. And now I'm just sectioning it off and putting it into little twists. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Leave a comment below. Tell me how you've been, what's going on. I just wanted to have a little combo with you because the last video that I made was like a life update. So this is kind of like another life update because a lot has happened since that last video. I know I talked about like doing all the things that I want to do, and I just talked about a lot. So I'm just gonna talk about how this year has been going for me, where I've been, why I haven't been on YouTube, and all of that good stuff. Again, you see I got my first twist done. It's looking real nice and juicy. So anyway, I guess I will start by excuse me. I guess I'll start by talking about what happened after that last video. So I know I told you guys that I would be starting as a personal trainer at this job. So I started that job and it's been going really, really good. I have like 3 clients right now that I train. So I train them like twice a week and I really like it. I enjoy it a lot. I meet with my boss every week and he teaches me new stuff, new exercises, and we talk, and he really helps me like get into my personal training bag. So I really like that about it because it can be like, intimidating coming into a world and like just having to get thrown to the wolves. So he is very helpful. It's only 3 trainers at that job, so it's not like too overwhelming. So I really, really like it. And I was also substitute teaching like before the summer. So I my dad works at the school, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna substitute on the side, whatever, whatever. Y'all, they were like, can you teach this class? I'm like, yeah, but I have another job, so I don't really want to commit to that. They're like, okay, don't come on Wednesdays, just come every other day, like, we'll pay you, whoop-de-whoop. And so my kindness can be my weakness sometimes, and I said yes, not for me. I mean, granted, it was a guaranteed bag, but I didn't really want to do it, but I did it anyway. And I deeply regretted it because those kids were so bad, y'all. It was so draining. And like, I taught a really simple class. All they had to do was do their iReady, which is like this computer lesson program, and like that's basically what they would have to do is do their iReady, and I would just basically monitor them while they do that. But y'all, they would not do their iReady. They hated it. They hated iReady. They hated being on the computers. When I tried to like do a lesson with them, they would be all over the place. So like when I started subbing, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna watch a class and do what I need to do in the background, whatever. But that's not what it was anyway. Like, it was drama, it was fights. Mind you, this was middle school. So, like, it was a whole bunch of mess and it was just overwhelming. And I did that for like 4 months. So, it took away from like what I would be doing for a ministry. And on top of that, I had like 4 clients. So, I had 2 clients due in June. No. I had a client due in May. Yes, so I had a client due in May. I had 2 clients due in June, and then a client due in July. And they all gave birth in May. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was stressed out, okay? It was beautiful to attend all those births, but I was stressed out because I'm like, I have this job. I had three jobs. I was working as a personal trainer, so I would do that like Tuesday nights and then Saturdays. And then I was working Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday as a substitute teacher. And then I would have births like randomly throughout the month while still, communicating with my clients and all of that. So it was a lot. It was overwhelming, but I got through it and I'm very thankful. And gratefully, all my clients had their babies, and I attended each birth. So that was really good. But what I learned was like, don't bite off more than you can chew. If I regret anything, is taking on that full class. I mean, it was just a lot. So this fall I'll be going back to sub, but it will only be like 2 to 3 times a week, maximum three, unless it's just like a really good assignment that I want to take on. But I have a good relationship, with the school and everything, and it taught me a lot about teaching people and learning, how people learn. And just because they're kids doesn't mean that that stuff wasn't valuable for me. And so, also something that I want to do and want to share with you guys is that I took a child education, what? A childbirth education training course. Like around June. So it was a 3 week course, and it basically taught me how to teach a childbirth education course. So that's something that I want to do not only for adults and pregnant moms and families, but also for children, because I feel like so many people don't know about childbirth. They don't know what it entails and what happens like during the process of it. So I really want to teach people about that. So I'm excited to start that up. I have to write up my own curriculum and find a space to teach the class and create a course and all that stuff. But I'm really excited about that because I really want people to know the importance of, knowing what happens during childbirth. I feel like our society is so lost in knowing our bodies and being in tune with our bodies and our natural processes. So I really want to educate people on that without it being boring or, annoying or irritating. I want it to be like actually people to engage in it. So yeah, I just want to do everything health and fitness, and I'm just really in the process of trying to figure out how to merge all of it, because I have a lot of knowledge, I have a lot of experience when it comes to the human body and pregnant women and health and fitness, but it's just like I'm basically doing it all on my own. Like what I envision has not really been done before. It's only been done by a few people. So it can be really difficult, like trying to maneuver that. And sometimes I get like anxious about it, or like I just kind of want to quit, but I know like I'm supposed to be doing this, because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't. So yeah, honestly, like also having all these responsibilities and doing all this stuff this year has just made me do a lot of self-reflection on like my purpose and my intentions and like what I really want out of life, and trying to figure out what God wants out of me in life, because I feel like the gifts that I've been given are pretty rare. Like I feel like I'm a very natural healer. Everybody says like I bring a calm presence to them and stuff, but sometimes I feel like I'm taking on a lot, and a lot of times I'm like, should I just go get a regular job and be a regular person? But I'm not a regular person. I mean, I can always get a regular job. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against that. But sometimes it feels like I'm supposed to be going through these things, because I have a lot to learn, I have a lot to experience, and I have a lot to teach people. So I'm just trying to figure out how to maneuver all of that. And yeah, it's kind of a lot. And yeah. Okay, so back to my 4 births in May, y'all. This was crazy. So, like I said, I had two clients due in May, client due in June, and then a client due in July. The 2 Mays and the Junes were like pretty close, like I knew, and one of them was my cousin. So I was like, whatever happens, happens. I was just praying to God that none of them had their baby on the same day. I knew it'd be a close call, but it was pretty, their due dates were far apart enough where I should be okay. And then I had the one in July, so I'm like, I'm good. And all of them gave birth in May. And so, like, my first May baby, like, it was amazing, but, like, I missed the whole birth. Like, I got there and she was birthing the placenta, and it was so crazy because, like, I don't want to go into too much detail about her birth, but I was just like, I cannot believe I missed the birth. But the mom did so good. Like, she was amazing. She was a beast. The way that she was getting through her contractions and everything, it was so cool to see. And, like, I still helped her. I still supported her. I stayed with her through the night. And I didn't get home until like 3:30 in the morning. And so after I got home, I went to sleep and I woke up around like 6:30. My cousin texted me that my other cousin was in labor, and so I'm like, okay, well, it's time to go. And so this particular day, my dad needed to borrow my car. So I'm like, okay, cool, just drop me off at the hospital. I'm gonna be there all day, so you can just pick me up like later in the day. I get to that hospital and I'm like on the labor and delivery floor, and like I'm on the phone with my cousin. She's giving me directions because she's like with the nurse, and I cannot find I cannot find this desk that they're talking about. Long story short, I was at the wrong hospital, y'all. Like, I could not believe that I was at the wrong hospital. I was like, I'm so thankful this is my cousin, because if I would have done this for anybody else, they would have been pissed. I mean, they were probably still pissed, but they understood. And I had literally just got back from a birth, so my brain was not working properly. So I had to get an Uber and go to the other hospital. Luckily, it was only 10 minutes away, and she was like not that far dilated. Like, we still had a whole day of labor to go. So luckily, it wasn't too bad. But I could not believe that. I was like, how do you show up as a doula? How do you show up at the wrong hospital? Like, fire immediately. They should have fired me. But it was my cousin, so she wasn't gonna fire me. But anyway, she had an amazing birth. Like, my cousin was a beast as well. Like, she was in labor all day. She finally had her baby that evening. And then my cousin dropped me off at home. And I think I probably slept for like 2 days. Actually, I don't even think I slept that much. I did sleep. I slept after that. And then I processed some placentas. So that was cool. That was fun. And then my June client gave birth in May as well. And so did my July client. So it was all just really crazy. Like, being a doula is so unpredictable. Like, if you want to be a doula, just know that you never know what's going to happen. Like, you literally never know. It doesn't matter if they're due 2 months from now, if they were due a month ago. Like, you can, well, not a whole month, but anyway, it doesn't matter when that baby is due. You could be really just there whenever. So be aware of that. If you are an aspiring doula, just know that it's very unpredictable. And yeah, so for the summer, I haven't really taken on any clients because I was just super burnt out, like from doing the subbing, from all those births in 1 month and training. Like, I just really wanted to take a break. And like I said, just kind of reflect on myself and my purpose and do some stuff for educational purposes. And now that the summer's over, I kind of feel like my break is over, and I'm just kind of getting back into the flow of finding balance and supporting people again. I'm really, really, really considering, well, I'm not considering, I know for sure that I want to move to Maryland. So I just came back from a trip to Maryland. I'll be posting a vlog about that in the next week or so. But okay, so I moved back to Michigan in 2020, like March 2020, the week that they shut everything down. And so, like, before that, though, I had already planned on moving back. And I really wanted to move back and be with my family and stuff. Like, I was really pressed about moving back at the time. I was literally just reading my journal yesterday, and I was like, I'm ready to go home. Like, I want to be home. I want to be with my family. And like, now that I'm home and I've been with my family, like, I'm ready to go. And it's just so crazy how how things change with time. But like, being back in Michigan and like being here and being with my family, I've loved spending time with my family. I really do have a great relationship with them. But I just feel like, as far as opportunity goes, and I don't know, I can't even say that because Detroit is a great city. The people are great, but I just feel like it's not the city for me. Like, I left here when I was 15, and like, I spent the beginning of my adulthood in Maryland, and I've only been back for the past 2 years. So like, for a while, I really struggled with the identity crisis of like, I'm not even from Detroit. Like, I grew up here, but I don't feel like I'm from here because like, everyone here that I know spent like their teenage years here and their adulthood here, and I can't relate. Like, the things that Detroiters love about Detroit are not really what I love about Detroit. So I had to I struggled with that for a little bit, and then I just kind of had to realize that it's just not the place for me. Like, I love it. It'll always be home. It's always going to be where I grew up, but it's just not for me personally. And that's okay. But then I also have to figure out like what is for me. And every time I go to Maryland, like, I just feel better. Like, the air is different. And it's so ironic because when I moved there as a teenager, I hated it. Like, I used to cry every day. I hated my school. I just had like a culture shock. But now that I'm an adult, I got to experience a different side of it. Like, I went to Howard in DC, so I really know DC like well. I lived in Maryland for 2 years after I graduated, so I know the state. I know the DMV a lot better than I did as a teenager, and I feel like I know the DMV better than I know Detroit. Like, I just don't get Detroit how Detroiters get it, and it sucks because I feel like the longing that I had to come back here, like, I kind of just feel like it's a totally different place than I envisioned, and it doesn't really suit me. So that was a hard pill to swallow, like, because I fought so hard to come back here, and it was all in God's plan. Because when I moved back here, I moved back the week that COVID shut the world down, and I had a knee injury. I had to come home to get surgery anyway because I couldn't get it in Maryland. So everything worked out perfectly. Like, I got to be here with my family. My grandma moved in with us, so I got to spend a lot of time with her. I've gotten to have the support of my parents, like, while I start my own business. Like, I've got a lot done in these past couple of years. But I've also, like, feel like I kind of struggled a lot mentally because I'm in this place that I don't really know anymore. And that's hard for me. And then all my friends moved away. Like, my best friend moved. One of my close friends moved back to Maryland. So it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to kind of figure my life out. So I don't know what I'm going to do for work yet. I'm just going to let God lead me, and whatever he wants me to do, we're going to figure it out together, and that just is what it is. So that's kind of what's been going on. And so since all of that has been going on, I haven't really had the time or the energy or the motivation to film or record. I'm not going to lie. I filmed a lot of videos in this time, but like, editing them and posting them is not something that I've been doing. So I'm back on my grind. I'm back to making videos, and even this video I recorded a while ago, but I like Talks and Twists. Like, I like watching them. So hopefully you guys are liking this video. I don't know. Who knows? Sometimes I watch my videos, sometimes y'all don't. But I just kind of wanted to update y'all because I know in my last video I said all that stuff, but what I will say is I'm actually doing what I said I was going to do. Like I said, I wanted to do a lot of stuff. May not be a lot of YouTube videos up, but I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been really, like, in this year, I've attended all those births. I've been a substitute teacher. I've took a childbirth education course. I've processed placentas. I've spent time with my family. So it's good. I've been doing a lot of good stuff. And it's good for me to say all of that out loud because I am the type of person who's in their head all the time. Like, I'm always in my head. So being in my head, like, I don't really give myself enough credit, and I criticize myself a lot, especially when it comes to like my work and my purpose and stuff. But I just have to say those types of things out loud. Like, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that, especially with the state of the world. Honestly, I think that's what be messing my head up. Is like the world is so crazy, but I just have to realize that I can only control what I can control, and everything else is in God's hands. And that's what I've been learning. Like, that's the type of things that I meditate on. You know, I've been getting more in my routine of doing my yoga, working out, things to keep my mind clear so that I don't have to think about how psychotic society is and all of the trash things that happen on a daily basis. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but y'all are gonna be on along on the journey with me. Like, we gonna see. We gonna be looking back on these videos like, wow, look how far she came. Look where she came from. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so as y'all can see, my twists are coming along very well. Like, my hair. Let's talk about my hair journey. Let's talk about my hair journey because honestly, I've been through a lot of different phases, and I don't know if I ever thought my hair would be this long again, like loose naturally. Oh my gosh. So, like, I never had a perm. My hair has always been thick and long, pretty much. Like when I was a kid, I had long, thick hair. And then when I got to high school, I used to flat iron my hair a lot because that was the look. I don't know why we wasn't into natural hairstyles back then, but my mom used to always say, "Why don't you wear your hair naturally?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, what? How am I gonna do that?" I didn't know that it was like all these different styles I could do and pull off. But anyway, when I was in like high school, I used to heat damage my hair and stuff, and other people used to be doing my hair, so it would be heat damaged. And so I couldn't I got to the point where I couldn't even wear it naturally. So by the time I got to college, you know, I was dyeing my hair. I was doing all kind of stuff with my hair. So once I got to my senior year of college, I said, you know, I'm gonna cut all this shit off. Like, I can't wear it natural. That's when the natural hair stuff like started going crazy, and I couldn't just wet my hair and wear it curly. So I'm like, I'm just gonna cut it all off. And I did. I cut all my hair off. And after I did that, I just stayed natural. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be natural for real because I don't want to damage my hair anymore. So I stayed natural and I just let my hair grow out, and it was just growing, growing, growing. And then like probably like 3 years later, I'm like, okay, it's too long. Like, I don't and it wouldn't, like, even though it was natural, it wouldn't act right. So I would like wash it, try to do a wash and go, or try to like, it was just at this awkward phase and it wouldn't act right for me. And it was like too much hair, but I didn't want to cut it again, and I didn't want to like heat damage it again. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna lock my hair. Like, if I lock it up, then I won't have to do it all the time. So I locked my hair up and I loved it. I was doing my locks. The ugly phase was the ugly phase, but I was like, I'm gonna get through it because I'm not a quitter. And then after I locked it up for 2 years, I was like, I miss my loose hair. Like, I wanna, if y'all see my lock comb out video, then y'all know I was like, I miss my loose hair. I wanna change it up. And so I changed it up and I have so much hair now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought my hair would have been this long again. But it is. And it's crazy because like before I locked it, how hard it was for me to do my hair compared to now. Like, it's so easy for me to do my hair now, even though it's longer and thicker. I think I was just tired of it at that point. But I don't know, I came a long way. And I'm very proud of it. I love my hair. I love my natural hair. And I will probably lock it up again eventually. I'm just not there yet. Like, I keep saying that I'm gonna lock it again whenever I get pregnant. So whenever I get married and I get pregnant, I will probably just lock my hair again because I know I'm not gonna want to do it. Look at me stretching because sitting down be a lot. But I know I'm not gonna want to do it like when I get pregnant, and especially like in that postpartum phase. Like, I'm not gonna want to do my hair. So that's probably when I lock my hair again. But only God knows when that will be. So until then, I'll be doing my hair. I'll be just trying different styles and stuff. I kind of want to cut it into layers. I'm scared. I didn't want to cut it into layers before because I was like, I'm going to want to lock it again. But now that I know I'm not having a baby like anytime soon, I'm probably going to just cut some layers into it. I want to dye it, but I don't want to mess my hair up. And I don't want to have to cut it for real. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, this video is so long and I'm just talking. If you're still here, shout out to you. Yeah, I had to cut some of the video out because I was just talking for too long. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. My hair looked really great. It's nice and juicy. The twists are popping. I'll probably leave it in and then do like a twist out later on. But yeah, thanks for watching. Come back. My next video will probably be a vlog. So I'll see you guys there. And yeah, let me know if you like this kind of video. Because if you do, I'll definitely do some more. Because I have to do my hair all the time. So yeah, just let me know how y'all feel. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.